What's up, Virgo? Welcome to your November reading. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I really appreciate you. If this reading helps or resonates, let me know by leaving a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, the information for that is listed in the description down below on how to do so. You can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at JadeStoneCaro. And with that being said, let's get right into your reading and see what messages need to come through for you for November. Starting off strong. Okay, we have Jehubia and Fairies of the Future. Okay, so we have number 61 and number 33. So Virgo, I am picking up on the energy from you that you have been real stressed about the future. You've also been really focused on things from your past. You're everywhere but here and now in the present. Now, Spirit is really wanting you to be in the present this month. Although it's hard, you may be finding yourself thinking far, far ahead into the future or way back into the past. Things that happened that you can't change, things that happened a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, how you coulda, shoulda, woulda, or what if this, what if that, of all the possibilities of the future. But you are getting so caught up, like this is all going on internally in your thoughts, conversations maybe you're having with people of like, oh, what are you going to be doing 5 years from now? What's your 5-year plan? What's your goal for your life? And you're like, my goal is to just like live and enjoy life and survive and just like figure things out. Like, man, I don't know. Or, there's things from your past where it's like there's some things that you might be haunted by, or like memories, or things that you regret, or things you wish you did differently. Like there is a whole bunch of this mental anguish, and it's really weighing you down. It's really heavy. Scorpio season seems to be bringing out all the boogeymen. Like that's literally Jehubia. He's like the boogeyman that's like in your closet. Like as a kid, you're scared, you're terrified. You want to have all the lights on because there's a boogeyman. He's going to come and get you. And that's literally Jehubia, where it's like, Nine of Swords energy, where you wake up in the middle of the night or early in the morning and you just have so much anxiety and stress, and it's so crippling, and it's just like it's a lot. I'm feeling it, and I just want to let you know that a lot of these fears that you have, they're not going to be coming to fruition. All right, yeah, we always hear, oh, our thoughts create our reality, and our thoughts are what we manifest, and so we get this, we're basically being told like, oh my god, like our fears are going to manifest. But like manifesting is a lot more than just our thoughts. It also falls into the action that we take and our belief system, and so just remember that even though you might be having some fears this month that come up, or some things that you're stressing about, or things that are negative that are on your mind, just keep in mind like you're not going to be manifesting that reality unless you actively are taking steps to ensure that is what happens, right? You are going to be able to like counteract and move through that and have a different outcome. You have control over the outcome, and things can flip around for you very, very easily. So just keep that in mind. Okay, with Fairies of the Future, it's like things are going to be changing for you a lot quicker, a lot sooner than you actually believe. Even though right now it's like you could be stuck in a situation, you feel like there's no way out, or you feel like you're stuck, or you feel trapped in an environment, or you feel like it's never going to end, but that's not the case. And there's actually going to be a situation or an opportunity that presents itself or opens up that helps you out or helps relieve you from this stress and tension and, whatever this baggage is that you've been dealing with. I do see that in November, you are going to find some sort of solution, or there is a way out. This is like a similar message I was giving through in like Aquarius reading. So maybe you had Aquarius in your natal chart, big 3 maybe, or maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius, but it's kind of similar. I think they had Fairies of the Future. I think it was them. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with a different sign. Maybe it was Pisces. Fuck if I know. But yeah, Fairies of the Future is just like a reminder where you really got to get back into the present and take care of yourself at this moment, and also slow down, because it's kind of like you need to put your foot off the gas pedal and put your foot on the brakes and slow down, because you're going to need to have time to react to new changes or new opportunities that come in. It's kind of like if you're on like a highway and you got to get off, you got to take a turn, and you're like, oh my god, you don't want to miss your turn, you want to like get in the right lane, right? You got to know where you're headed, know where you're going. So anyways, let me get you some animal oracle cards to go along with this. But yeah, it's just like, remember, like a lot of these fears that you have, a lot of them are real, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them, there's a lot of illusion. There's a lot of confusing energy, even just astrology speaking. We have Mars retrograding in Gemini, so that's going to be kind of messing with our thoughts and the way we communicate with others, and even plans that we make or action. We might not be feeling as motivated the next couple of months till about January, so that's going to be great. This is kind of going to be a time where we need to backtrack, and also with Mars retrograding in Gemini, it's creating an aspect with Neptune in Pisces, so there's that kind of clashing, creating illusions, and especially because Pisces opposite of Virgo, so there's some aspects going on between, you know, Virgo versus all these other signs, and you're probably feeling it. There's a lot of tension in the air. Yeah, Hyena and the Phoenix though coming out. Some of you, I'm picking up on the energy. Some of you are like, you're working, or okay, hold on. Some of you are like working through addictions, or working through like certain habits that you had of like coping mechanisms. Yeah, there were some coping mechanisms, whether extreme or, you know, just a little unhealthy, depending on your situation. But the Hyena can talk about addiction and like falling back into old ways, old patterns that temporarily feel good, but in the long term makes you feel like shit. Like, for example, like drinking, right? This card talks about to bring into balance, right? Because I'm kind of picking up on energy from you, Virgo. You're not really in balance, or you're feeling out of alignment, or you're feeling out of sync in this moment or beginning of November. Some of you, it's like sobriety, being sober from some sort of coping mechanism, whether that be drugs, alcohol, sex, spending a bunch of money, seeking validation externally, like whatever kind of like fills the void, right? Whatever fills your void, Virgo, that isn't good, like a guilty pleasure. Whether eating a bunch of junk food and then feeling like shit after that, or even overworking yourself, right? Things like that. Something that you've been, like a coping mechanism that's been way too excessive for you. That's something that you're overcoming. I'm seeing that's like for a group of you, or well, whoever this is for. I see that you're overcoming some sort of like negative coping mechanism and addiction for some of you. There's massive transformation that's taking place though. I feel like in November, as we're heading through all this eclipse energy that's taking place, there's a lot of changes that are happening. There's a lot of shifts that are occurring in the collective, and I've even seen this playing out in a lot of these readings that I've been doing. And this is a time where we're really needing to integrate the things about ourselves that we're not so fond of, you know, the things that we are so ashamed of looking at, are the things about ourselves that we hate or we dislike. That hate's a strong word. I'm not a fan of using that word. Taking a look at our shadow selves, taking a look at why we behave or act certain ways, why we judge others, why we really taking a good look at ourselves. That's really the energy of the hyenas, like taking a look at even the parts of ourselves that we're not so fond of, but learning to love all the parts of ourselves, even the things that we don't like, even our flaws, even our mistakes, even because no one's perfect, right? No one's perfect, but learning to embrace all of us, like all of ourselves, and integrating that and transforming that and healing those parts, and just like transforming massively. The Phoenix, powerful, very Scorpionic energy, very much like tying in with what's going on with the collective and where we're at in the year and everything that's just been taking place and everything that's like been leading up to this month, and especially even December. December is going to be juicy. Well, it's like, okay, let's stay in the present, right? We're already talking about a month from now, bitch. Let's stay in the present, Virgo. I know you're like thinking so far ahead, like what am I going to do for Christmas? And maybe you're already shopping for presents. It's like, yo, like November just begun. It's literally the 1st of November. My fan's going crazy right now. See, but you're thinking so far ahead. You're thinking about 2023, 2024. You're thinking so far ahead. It's just like, yo, calm back down to the reality in this moment right here. And like, learning to just like soak up and appreciate the little things, because the little things that just like passes by, that we take for granted, we completely ignore, we miss out on, right? Because we're so worried about what's next week, next month, next year, next 10 years, you know. But like, let's come back to the reality of things. Let's take a look. Let's appreciate even the tiny little things. Otherwise, then what the fuck is the point? We're just constantly chasing. And chasing what? Then we're just like, next thing you know, boom, 5 years over, and you're like, whoa, what did I even do these last 5 years? Because you didn't even take the moment to appreciate, right? How far you've come and where you're going. Anyways, I'm like rambling, y'all. But yeah, the phoenix is the root. So root yourself, ground yourself, do some grounding exercises, or like, you know, breath work, meditations, going out in nature, being around the trees, being around your earthy element. Be around your element, Virgo. If you're not already, definitely be taking your nature walks, getting them fresh air, going out, being with the trees, hug a tree. Like, you need some earthing going on. You need to ground. You need to be at one with nature. Like, seriously, if you've been feeling like anxious or stressed or worried, or you've just been struggling with staying in the present, definitely that's your sign. Like, you got to get back out in Mother Earth. Let Gaia take care of you and re-nourish and replenish you, okay? That's another message of Fairies of the Future, is like, do I want to use this deck? Or, yeah, I want to use this one instead. That's the thing about Fairies of the Future. It's like, you're going to have a lot of changes or a lot of shifts, maybe not necessarily like changes, maybe it's just like expanding in certain ways, or growth in certain, it's definitely change in some sort of way. Like, everything's always changing. But this card does talk about you needing to get your strength now before things get before things pick up, before the speed picks up. Like, you know, you gotta make sure that your fuel tank is refilled and you're ready and you're recharged and you're in the right frame of mind and all that. So definitely this is a time for you right now to prepare, because you got some big stuff coming your way. I feel like you are going to have a very busy future. A very busy future doing the things that you love and the things that you enjoy, and being real blessed. So don't you even worry about that, okay? But yeah, I definitely feel like you're getting worked up and stressed out about what could happen, what might not happen, things that are even out of your control. Focus on the things that are within your control. What do we got here? 4 of Cups. So yeah, that's like your energy right now. Not feeling the most positive, not feeling very optimistic about where you're at. Some of you're dealing with some emotional things or relationship things. Feeling a bit blue. I do see you're climbing up from that, or you're going to be getting over some sort of like disappointment here. 3 of Swords. Okay, that fell right on top of the 4 of Cups. So there's some disappointment. Oh, what do we have here? Ace of Pentacles, you're focusing on your money. 8 of Cups, some of you are leaving behind a job, or you have a new job coming in. 2 of Pentacles, I see it's going to create lots of new like friendships and business partnerships, acquaintances, just like networking, things like that. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in November. Tower reverse, so there is something about a cycle that's been like kind of repeating, or maybe Hierophant, higher learning. Page of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the World, and also Temperance. I see that so there was some sort of like, I want to say, hold on, let me just feel this out for a second, because there's a lot going on here. So there was some sort of cycle repeating in certain relationships, or you may have been finding yourself attracting like similar outcomes with certain people, whether it be in like romance or friendship. But let's just go back to this 4 of Cups. So this is like the energy of you feeling disappointed by something, let down, hurt, and the fact that the 3 of Swords fell on top of that is like, okay, so you feel done wrong in some sort of way. You dealt with someone who did you wrong. You thought higher of something or someone. You really thought someone was going to change. You really thought someone was telling you the truth. And then it turned out, stabbed you in the back and really did some messed up things to you. And there's just such a huge disappointment, because you probably didn't expect this. You probably didn't think that this person was going to do this. Maybe you had some fears, like going back to Jehubia, maybe you had some fears that, oh, what if this person's going to betray me or backstab me like the rest, right? And so definitely not your first rodeo here. And I think that's tying into the Tower reverse. Is like there's some sort of like, we'll take a look into this. There's some sort of cycle. There's some sort of resistance to like learning a lesson, or like, you know, a lesson that you've learned. Not, I don't know if you like, okay, here's the thing. It's like a situation that kept on reoccurring in many different scenarios, in many different relationships, and yet it all ended the same exact way. Completely different people, but yet it's still very similar, a similar underlying theme. And for some reason, you kept ending up in the same situation. And maybe you were aware of it, and maybe you weren't. Well, it doesn't matter, but I just want to say that you are going to transform this cycle this month. I think it's tying in with the eclipses that are happening. I feel like this is that final, like, okay, this is it. Like, this is the last time you ever have to go through this. You are not going to, it's kind of like some of you gave like an abuser a chance and another chance and another chance, like, and you're like realizing like, whoa, I need to just stop giving this abuser chances of chances. They're not going to change no matter what they say. And that's the thing. We have the Page of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, all right, versus now Queen of Swords. I feel like this is in regards to some sort of relationship, some sort of connection, okay, where you were dealing with someone, Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, someone that was very good at I want to call them a mastermind. Someone who is very good at manipulating you emotionally, making you feel bad for them, making you fall for their sob story. I feel like this is someone who knew exactly how to play you like a violin, and they would pull some shit, they would stab you in the back, they would treat you like garbage, they would disrespect you, they would leave you when they didn't need something, or, you know, when you didn't meet their expectations, they would just toss you away and leave you heartbroken, and then like then they would come back and apologize and be like, sorry, make some sorry excuse, and try to manipulate you back into their life or to give them another chance. And it always ended the same way, right? We go back to this Tower reverse. A cycle always just kept on repeating. So I feel like this is a situation where you gave someone multiple chances to change. They said that they were going to change. They said that they meant it. Maybe they kind of followed through for a little bit, and they made you believe, oh my God, they have changed. They really do mean it. They really love me. They really care about me. They really want a future with me. Blah, 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 right? All love and roses and rainbows. Like, you know, this person was really good at manipulating that. This person was really good at like saying everything that you wanted them to say. Or everything everything you wanted to hear. They were good at saying. That's what I meant to say, right? They knew what strings to pull, because you may have been dealing with like even a narcissist, okay? I don't be like throwing all those words around, but you know, some of you, the shoe fits. Anyway, so this is someone who is very, very controlling, and you got sucked into it many, many times, and then you probably felt a bit foolish after, you know, you gave them another chance, and then they just turn around and did the exact same thing and proved themselves untrustworthy or whatever, right? And so then you felt like, damn, I can't believe I ended up here again. I can't believe this is where I'm at, and I gave this person another chance thinking that they would change. Like, how could I have done that? Why did I trust them? Feeling a little foolish, beating yourself up over it, stressing out about the past, right? Going back to Jehubia and Fairies of the Future, like, oh, why did I give this person another chance? I should have known better. I should have paid attention to the red flags. Why did I keep returning to something that made me feel good temporarily, but in the long term made me feel like shit? Like, for some, if this is like someone that you were in a relationship with, or if this was someone that maybe you were hooking up with, it's like it temporarily felt good, and maybe it was exciting. Maybe something about this person was mysterious, or something about this just like, you know, kept you lured in, but like it was causing you more pain, more harm to stay than if you were to just leave. And so it's just like this struggle of you putting yourself first and you putting an end to this cycle. And by the way, we have Scorpio and Taurus energy as well as Sag out here. So just letting you know the zodiac signs. I don't think I mentioned that. Anyways, what I am seeing is that you are finally putting an end to this cycle. You're no longer giving this person multiple chances. Like, you've given them far too many chances, Virgo, and I think you're aware of that. There's part of you that's like afraid, like, what if I can't live without them? What if I'm always going to be alone? Like, and that goes back to the full-on fears mentality. Maybe that's something that they told you, is like, Virgo, you're nothing without me. Virgo, you need me. Virgo this, Virgo that. But anyways, I see here Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. I was about to say Nine of Swords. Stress, right? Mental stress, anguish. You are removing yourself from the situation, although it's very difficult, it's very hard, and maybe it's very complicated. You are drawing the line and establishing the boundaries, and you are done with this. You're finished with this, and you just want to move on with your life. You're over it. You just want to break free once and for all. And I see that's happening. I see like you are really taking back control over your life. You're really taking back your power. I'm seeing some of you are like starting a new job, or you're going to be financially stable here. Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely, I see like you're going to be financially reliant on yourself, not on others. Maybe that's something that was keeping you stuck in a situation, is being reliant on someone for their money, or maybe where they live, or whatever, right? But just maybe there's some sort of dependency. But I see you're getting your independence this month. I see that money is going to not be an issue. I feel like you're going to be having a lot more good luck, or a lot of good opportunities that come in that help you out of this sticky situation. We have the Eight of Cups out here, Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. It's like, although it's painful, although you may still have a lot of love for this person, or care about this person, or wish this person well, or you don't want to be on like the bad terms or worst of terms with this person, ultimately at the end of the day, you know you have to walk away. Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. It's like, this is your inner knowing that this is like your own truth. You have to follow that. You gotta know deep down, you know, like you can't stay in this any longer, and it's causing you so much hurt, so much like stress and fears, staying in this environment. And so deep down in your gut, as well as like your spirit team, your spirit guides, like they're so around you right now. I just want to let you know, especially with Temperance coming out, it's like you are so protected. There's a lot of like support from the other realms around you at this time to help support you as you make this decision to walk away. Some of you are walking away from marriage. Some of you are walking away from long-term commitment. I'm talking years and years of being committed to someone, because the Hierophant can talk about marriage or long-term commitment. I did mention like some of you could be leaving behind a job, or if you just recently left behind a job or work environment, you may have something new lined up coming up. Very good. Awesome. Great. But yeah, I see like you're walking away from something that was very significant in your life, but just because it was significant doesn't mean that like you got to keep it around, especially if it has a negative impact on you. And so, Queen of Swords, I wouldn't be surprised, like, especially if this is involving another person, which I feel like majority of you, the group I'm picking up on, it is, where you really stand your ground. Queen of Swords, you are very straightforward, very honest with yourself and whoever you're dealing with, and you firmly set those boundaries. This person might try to come back around and apologize and say the same old thing, same old song and dance, and try to lure you back in. But you have to be strong enough for you to not fold. Do not fold. This person, they're going to say anything and everything to try to win you over. They're going to try to manipulate you. They're going to first of all, they're probably going to try and get on your good side. They're going to try to like blow smoke up your ass and tell you how much you matter to them and how much they need you, and you know that you're one of a kind, you're special, and yeah. And when you still don't bend or break or fold for this person, that's where the mean comments are going to come out. That's where the manipulation tactics of like, oh, if you don't take me back, I'm going to like, you know, some extreme shit perhaps, or you know, that's where they start bringing like the threats, or you know, just trying to throw anything in your face to try to get you back with them. which is just insane. Like, this person's crazy. There's a lot of fucking crazies in this world, so you stay safe, Virgo. All I'm gonna say is you stay safe and you take care of yourself. But anyways, you are not going to fold. You're going to stay in your strength. You are going to stay in your power, and I see you're putting an end to this cycle, and you know that this is the best damn thing you could do for yourself, the world, and temperance, that you're happier and better off from this situation or from this person, and there's no going back from this. There's no going back from this. Some of you are moving, some of you are traveling, so I wish you the very best of luck, but this is done. Like, this is over, this is done for, and you can't turn back from this. You can't, there is no undoing what happened here, especially, like, this was the final straw. This was the final, nerve, and it's been cut, and it's been released, and it's done. It's finished. It's over. Whew, good. Wow. Yeah, and the fact that this is happening during eclipse season, please leave it dead for good, okay? It's eclipse season, so things that are ending in our lives, it's meant to, and it's meant to stay dead. We don't have time to revive shit after this. Like, as tempting as it might be, this is no. The fact that this is occurring during an eclipse, please let this stay dead. For your future self, for your own sake and wellness and peace. Just my 2 cents. You do you. It's your life. But I would suggest, especially with the stars too, would suggest, like, whatever ends during this time, make sure it stays that way. Make sure the dead stays dead. We don't need time for zombies and... All right, Virgo. Oh my gosh. Sending you guys all my love. Yeah, look at this. 6 of Pentacles reversed with the Wheel of Fortune. Out of balance, out of sync, feeling out of sorts. That's about to change, all right? You're going to be back in no time. You're going to be back to yourself in no time. It's an intense month for you, Virgo. Hang in there. Ooh, I wish you guys all the best. Take some deep breaths. Focus on yourself. Get grounded. Like I said, be out in nature. Connect with Mother Earth. Connect with the trees. Know that this is going to pass really soon. I know it's difficult. I know it's really hard and even emotional. You just got to stay in your strength. Really stay in your strength. Don't back down and don't fold for this fool, okay? I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated or helped you, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to let you go, Virgo. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.